Welcome back to a brand new PTCG live video. Today I'll be showcasing the new Paldean Clodsire EX from the newly released set Journey Together. So with that being said, let's get into the deck list. Let's see what new cards we'll be running. So we do have the 4 Paldean Wooper as well as the 3 Paldean Clodsire EX. This will be our main attacker for this deck. And for our first attack, we got the Poison Ring. We can do 60 base damage, put poison status on your opponent's active Pokemon, as well as they can't retreat during their next turn. And then we do have the Giga Impact for the second attack to do 220 base damage with this attack. And then for our draw engine, we have a 2-2 line of the Ends Zorua and Ends Zoroark EX for that trade ability. Once per turn, we can discard a card from our hand to draw 2 new cards. And we do have the 2 copies of the Munkidori for that ability Adrenaline Brain. If we have a Dark Energy on Munkidori, we can move over 3 damage counters from one of our Pokemon over to one of your opponent's Pokemon once per turn. And then lastly, we do have the 1 copy of the Pecharunt EX here for some free switch-ins with the ability Subjugating Chains. Once per turn, we can switch in a dark Pokemon from our bench into the active, as well as put poison status on it as well. And then moving on to the trainer cards for our ace spec, we do have Precious Trolley. You can search out your deck for any number of basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench. And then for our stadium cards, we have the 3 copies of Perilous Jungle. During Pokemon Checkup, you get to put 2 more damage counters on each poisoned non-dark type Pokemon in between turns. And then for our supporter cards, we have the 4 copies of Arven. You can search out your deck for an item card and a tool card. The 1 Boss's Orders for gusting up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. The 2 copies of Ciphermaniac's Codebreaking. You can search out your deck for any 2 cards with this trainer card and then put them on the top of your deck in any order. And then we do have the 1 copy of Eri. Your opponent reveals their hand and then you can discard any 2 item cards that we find there. And then we do have the 4 copies of Iono for draw support as well as hand disruption. And then lastly, we do have the 3 copies of the Janine's Secret Art. We can choose up to 2 of our dark type Pokemon and then search out our deck for a basic dark energy for each of them. And if we attach any of these energy cards to our active Pokemon, it is poisoned as well. And then for our tool cards, we have the 2 copies of Binding Mochi. If the Pokemon this tool card is attached to has poison status on it, we can do an extra 40 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. And then we do have the 2 copies of the TM Evolution. Ideally, we do want to go second on the first turn of the game so that we can use this tool card to quickly evolve up 2 of our benched Pokemon in just 1 turn. And then lastly, for our energy cards, we got the 8 basic dark energies. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into some games here. Okay, looks like we both get mulligans. And let's see, we get Munkidori to start. Looks like they're gonna make Gardevoir. They get another mulligan. Yeah, pretty bad for them. Looks like they have 2. Yeah, they took 2 mulligans. So I think we get to either draw 2 or 1 card. Yeah, it's just 1. Okay, so a pretty decent start in my opinion. We got Arven for the Precious Trolley and TM Evolution already in our hand. And the energy cards. So all we have to do is just get Precious Trolley. Assuming it's not prized. Oh wow, they play Morty's Conviction. So I think they draw 5 cards here. Brilliant Blender. So they're gonna probably discard 5 Psychic Energies here. Either that or release Clefairy as well with the Psychic Energies, because they're probably not gonna need it since we're not running any Dragon Pokemon. Yeah, they do discard Clefairy and a Ralts. So I wonder if they're going to go for the item lock here or the TM evolution. Because those are basically their 2 big options here. Yeah, it looks like the item lock. Yeah, I guess let's move 10 damage over to Munkidori, I guess. It really doesn't matter all that much. And then let's get rid of Wooper here. Yeah, I'll just go for the 100 damage. So yeah, they have a pretty bad start here. No Ralts on their bench. They're going to Screamtail. Yeah, let's see what they do here. They do use the Iono. So we'll just get the same amount of cards, 5 cards. Okay, Buddy Poffin now. Yeah, they get Ralts and Cleffa. Yeah, looks like they're probably going to go into Cleffa here to draw 3 cards. 4 now, I guess. Double Bravery Charm. Adrenabrain. Okay. They got, what, 5 Psychic Energies in discard. Yeah, let's just knock out their Clefairy. Did it perfect. Just knock out their Clefairy here. Another Pokegear, okay. Let's see what they go into here. Just about everything is a 1-hit KO for us for the Poison Ring. They go into Screamtail. I don't know, let's play the Eri. Wow, they have a ton of supporter cards in there. Yeah, let's just go for the knockout. Yeah, they are so done, honestly. Like, what can they do? I don't know, I still feel like Gardevoir is a really, really popular deck. Like, they got some pretty bad luck. They play Arven. So they had a ton of supporter cards like we saw before. So they could have used Iono Turo Research. They had a ton of supporters. Yeah, they just concede here. And they have us go first. Really not the most ideal. And let's see, we got Pecharunt. No energy card. But we can find it with Arven because we do have Trolley already in hand. Looks like there's gonna be some kind of a water deck. Okay, looks like there's gonna be Kingdra. Yeah, let's pass. Let's see, they play Buddy Poffin. So yeah, they're pretty set up here. They got 2 Buddy Poffins on their first turn and Arven. So there's really nothing much more you can ask for. Ultra Ball and TM Evolution even, so they probably have the energy card in hand. Yeah, they do. The one card that we were missing to use TM Evolution if we were to hypothetically go second. Yeah, they get a double Seadra. Yeah, I guess I'd switch that into Clodsire. Wow, rare candy. So they already got Kingdra to play. Let's see what does that World Tide do again. Top 6 cards. 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each entry you find there. Yeah, they got a whole army of these now. Another Janine. No, I feel like we probably won't be needing the Iono. See, okay, there's a Dark Energy for our Munkidori. They go into Kingdom. Let's see how they do here. They're definitely not in the best position with their hand, with them being only like, what, 3 cards? Okay, they do still get a Water Energy. So, top 6, they can do up to, what, 60 damage apiece? So, 120. So, yeah, something tells me the Munkidori is probably gone. Yeah, it is. Now let's use Codebreaking, get Fezandipiti and Night Stretcher. Looks like Rod is prized. Yeah, we don't even have space for the Fezandipiti, unfortunately. Let's get rid of the Team Evolution. Yeah. Let's go for damage. We do get poison also, and yeah, they do get knocked out to poison damage here, which is pretty good. Pal Pad. They Super Rod. Yeah, they have very few cards in their hand. I'm surprised. Did they play Supporter? Yeah, they played Jock and Arven, but they still get another Water Energy here. Oh wow, 5 energy cards. What is that, 300? Yeah, they go right for the Clodsire. Yeah, there's really nothing to even counter Catcher here. No, put down Fezandipiti. Boss, yeah, there's nothing really into boss for. Let's see, but I'm kind of surprised how amazingly well they're doing. Let's knock out Kingdra. Oh no, wait, we don't knock them out actually. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But they do get knocked out next turn, I guess. Energy Recycler. Okay, so that's probably why they're playing this deck in the first place. Energy Recycler's back into standard. Oh, they double up. Wow. So that's definitely a second knockout they're probably getting. They're probably going to get all 6 energy cards and do 360 here. Wow, only 4? Well, that still takes out our Pecharunt or Fezandipiti, depending on what they want. Wow, I'm surprised they didn't take the Pecharunt out. Okay, at least they do get knocked out to poison damage. So we get Munkidori. Yeah, at least now we can... Okay, we don't even have to guess anything. They put Kingdra right in front for us. Move damage counters. I'm just going to use Iono just for, I guess, safe measure here. Have them go down to 1 card. Yeah, and there's a knockout. Yeah, they find nothing on Pokegear. Yeah, they basically lose this. They did amazingly well considering it's just a single prize Kingdra. Yeah, they do concede here. Nice, we do win it. So let's go second here. So that's pretty lucky. We got Precious Trolley, Arven, basically everything. See, they have Miraidon, so it looks like they probably wanted to go second, honestly, because they can easily take an attack on their first turn. Hand them unit. They get the Joltik and another Miraidon, so they're going to tandem unit again here. So yeah, this looks like there's gonna be Joltik Toolbox. Interesting, they do have the Tapu Koko over there. And yeah, it looks like they're probably gonna retreat out. No, they don't retreat out. Yeah, both N Zoroark EX are in there. Looks like we only have 1 Clodsire. Yeah, I think Ultra Ball. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the double ends Zoroark EX here. Yeah, they just go for Jolting Charge, so they're gonna get 4 energy cards here. Okay, looks like they only got 3. Binding Mochi. See, Pokegear. And I guess let's go for the Janine Secret Art. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep the Iono. Let's go for the Poison Ring. Another Janine Secret Art, okay. Serrano. I guess they're gonna go for the Tapu Koko attack. I think they do like, what, 220 here? Yeah, they just concede here. Well, those are all the games. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.